Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Tonight, we'd like to talk to you about, or I'd like to talk to you about, fiction. Back in the day, I used to watch Dragon Ball Z. Now, with Dragon Ball Z, it was a thing that someone decided to come up with, sitting around telling stories with a pen and pad, doing some sketches, some drawings, and they came up with this cartoon called Dragon Ball Z. So for years, it's still going on to this very day. Dragon Ball Z is going. It's about a guy named Goku, his son, his friends, some gods and whatnot, angels and all that, and they're fighting across the universe to save the universe all the time, at some point in time, constantly. It's fiction itself. It's got a lot of magazines and comics and books and movies. It's just fiction, and no one really takes it too seriously. Well, some of us take it a little more seriously than others, but not so serious much where we want to kill someone because of it or cause a cult or religion. Which brings me to my point about religion / the Bible, or any religion if you want. So you have these stories that people told thousands of years ago because they didn't quite understand the things that were going on around them. So they made up these stories, either to entertain children, themselves, or friends, or whatever. Somebody standing up in a cocktail party talking about a story of some guy who was a god who sacrificed himself to himself, whatever. But we all kind of get the gist, right? So Dragon Ball made up stories about a bunch of guys and gods and whatever, and this guy and all his friends and enemies who are constantly fighting. It's always the battle of good versus evil. The same thing with the Bible. It's just a story about some gods, some kings, some guy, his friends, some enemies, and a story of good versus evil and a never-ending battle to do something. So it's all the same. There's no difference between comic / cartoon, comic book, whichever, versus the Bible or any other religious text or book or religion. It's all the same. A bunch of people telling some stories about something, and to entertain mostly, but somebody took just a little bit too far, and that's why we have religions now, because people took things that were just stories just entirely too seriously, and that's why so many wars and deaths have occurred, because of these religions and people's beliefs in things that were just stories. It's always been a story. It'll always be a story, and until somebody wakes up out of their, matrix of the religion in the Bible, we'll continue to have these problems where people are saying horrible things and doing even worse things. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's kind of my short of it tonight. I really thank you guys once again for joining me. Please be safe out there. Stay out of trouble. Don't forget, COVID is still a thing. Please wear a mask, wash your hands, social distancing. Get your vaccination for COVID-19. Please, if you want to help the rest of us create an immunity so that we don't kill more people, that would be great. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, have a great evening. Stay safe out there. And don't forget, by all means, please be the best heathens that you can be. And good night.